Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Will Cinematics review. Today I'm reviewing both seasons of Harley Quinn, the animated series. So before I even get into the details, I have to say I love Kaylee Cuoco as Harley. She is so funny. Also, I have to say that every new adaptation of Harley has been really accurate and really good. First Margot Robbie, and now this. Also, if you're interested in art, check out my video on drawing Harley. Now on to the review. So season 1 starts out with Harley getting imprisoned and Joker never coming to get her. Then Ivy frees her and they escape. Ivy is Poison Ivy. This show follows Harley Quinn finally escaping from the abusive relationship between her and the Joker. I love how this show isn't PG, so they can get away with a lot of really funny and dirty jokes. Then after the breakup with Joker, Harley tries to become a Legion of Doom member to prove herself. Harley creates a crew with King Shark, Clayface, Dr. Psycho, and Ivy. As the show progresses from season 1 to season 2, Harley and Ivy's romantic relationship becomes even stronger. I have to say, I love their relationship and it's really sweet. And it's one of the first times I've seen them together, like, romantically. Near the end of season 1, this villain named the Queen of Fables gets released from a tax book. She puts the Justice League in a fairy tale and starts causing havoc literally everywhere. Harley trusts her, but then loses that trust after the, picnic incident. This scene is one of the funniest scenes I have ever seen. It makes me laugh so hard. I literally replayed the clip 6 times just to laugh at it. So, let me give you some context. So Harley brings the Queen of Fables with them, on a mission. And they leave the Queen of Fables, she stays behind to distract this family having a picnic nearby. They're breaking into a building and they didn't want the family to see, so she distracts them with her fairy tale creatures and whatnot. And then when Harley and the others get back, the whole entire family picnic, this is a whole family reunion of 30 to maybe 60 people, and their kids and their adults and elderly people, and they're all just massacred. They're all just eaten and killed by the big bad wolf. And Harley and her crew react really badly because even though they're villains, Harley and most of her counterparts aren't truly evil. They're more anti-villains or anti-heroes. Some examples of some famous ones are Deadpool, Catwoman, and more. But anyways, I love this scene and it's definitely my favorite scene from season 1. I just really love the little pigs come to clean up the bones and the blood everywhere. It's just so funny. Now to wrap up season 1, Joker takes over and captures Batman, kills Ivy, and sends a bunch of trees loose in Gotham. This big mess ruins everything, and I mean everything. At the end of the finale, Harley beats Joker and throws him in ACME acid. I don't really know. I think it might be Acme, but that could be wrong. Then season 2 starts in a new Gotham. After all of Joker's actions, Batman is left out of commission and Gotham is kind of falling apart. Speaking of commission, Commissioner Gordon is hilarious in this show. His life is falling apart around him and Batman never listens, and it's really funny. We get a couple episodes later in the season with Commissioner Gordon's daughter, who ends up being Batgirl, and also when it comes to Batman, he's out of commission, then he comes back, and then Bane breaks him, and he's out of commission again, and then he comes back. It's just really funny. I have to say, this show really captures this Deadpool-esque idea of making superheroes satire and turning the tables on the seriousness that comes with brands like Marvel and DC. Those brands are very serious, so much so their movies are always so dark and twisted and creepy and actiony and whatever. But this show really spins that on its head and makes it a comedy. And then back to the show. Basically, the major big bads sanction off parts of Gotham for themselves. They all, Bane takes a slice, Dr. Freeze takes a slice, all these different villains take a slice. And Joker is still, missing. Harley has an issue because she also wants a cut of Gotham, but she doesn't get one. And meanwhile, halfway through season 1, and still going strong here, Ivy is dating Kite Man, this super mediocre villain who keeps fighting with, Condiment King. He's pretty funny because of how dumb he is, but it's just a really funny situation, and they have a really weird relationship because he's just so weird. Things kind of fall apart when Harley goes to Darkseid and uses parademons to take over Gotham. While taking over, she opts out and realizes world domination isn't really her thing. And then Dr. Psycho, one of her crewmates, takes over and causes havoc all season. And it's so annoying because every time something good happens, Dr. Psycho shows up with all these parademons and ruins it. Also, somewhere in season 2, Ivy and Harley get a little spicy. I feel bad about it because Ivy's about to get married and they can't just hook up while Ivy's in a relationship. And Joker starts season 2 as a normal man because he went through the acid again. It turned him back. And then in one of the episodes, he gets turned back into Joker, but he's done some rethinking of his actions. It's oh, I kind of screwed up that. There's a really funny storyline that Joker was in a relationship with some Latinx mother. While he was normal, he was in this full-ass relationship with this mother and her kids. He's remembering it now because he got turned back into the Joker, but he just realized he lived I think it was a year or maybe 7 months of his life just like living with this like Latinx family, which is really funny. Then season 2 wraps up with a wedding between Ivy and Kite Man getting completely destroyed. And the ending we get is Ivy and Harley riding off together, leaving Kite Man behind and getting chased by the cops. The show is great and I can't wait for season 3. I'm so excited. Let me know what you guys think of the show if you've seen it. Here's my rating. My rating is, for main characters, I had 9 out of 10 because the main characters of the show are very funny and very well crafted. Supporting characters, I said 8 out of 10 because all the like little DC characters we get like hints at are also very funny. Comedy, I said 8 out of 10 because it's just a really great comedy. Like, it makes me laugh so hard. Animation, 8 out of 10. It's very good. It's very clean cut and I kind of like the style they used. Ending, I said 8 out of 10 because it's a very good ending for season 1 and a very good ending for season 2. Season 1's ending was more upsetting though. And then 8 out of 10 for villains. It's a little confusing because the villains of the show are kind of the superheroes but also the villains. So I guess a little bit of both fall into that area, and I said 8 out of 10 because they're just like good. Season 1 I said 10 out of 10. Season 2 I said 10 out of 10. I know that's very high, but they definitely deserve it and they were really, really good. And that brings my score to about an overall score of 9 out of 10. Also, my top 3 episodes are Being Harley Quinn, which is the episode where they go into Harley Quinn's mind. The Line, which is the episode where Queen of Fables kills that whole entire family, and it's about like crossing the line. And then lastly, the pilot, Till Death Do Us Part, which is like that first episode where Harley goes from like the stupid clown outfit to like her own like cool independent woman outfit. Please watch the show if you haven't yet because it's very good. I know it's really hard to find because pretty much mostly on the DC network. If you have like a friend who's subscribed to it or like has a subscription of some sort to something that has it, please go watch it because it's very good. If you can't do that, I totally suggest just watching some clips on YouTube if you don't mind like some spoilers here and there, but it's definitely very good and you should totally check it out. That's it for today, and as always, remember to like and subscribe.